Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In case you are new here, hi, my name is Bia and I am truly passionate about beauty, especially when it comes to makeup. In this video, I am going to show you how I create this super gorgeous and glowy and glossy makeup look for spring using most of my makeup favorites lately. So if you are curious, just keep on watching. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video if you haven't already. We are going to start by doing the eye makeup because I truly prefer to do so because it allows me to clean up the edges and just kind of make sure that I don't ruin my complexion while I'm doing my eye makeup. So the first product that I'm going in with is my absolutely favorite concealer, which is the Shape Tape from Tarte. I honestly love this concealer with my whole heart. Like, it does not move throughout the hours. Like, it looks so beautiful on the skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey. It does not crease, and the coverage is insane. I am using my damn beauty blender to blend it out. Before I go in with any eyeshadows, I am first going to set the concealer, and I am going to use my all-time favorite. I know that I never switch up my powder, but guys, this formula is so good. I think I have repurchased it like 4 times now, and I just cannot get over it, which is the translucent loose setting powder from Laura Mercier. I'm just taking a large blending brush. This one is from Morphe, and I'm going to use it to apply a very light layer of powder. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going in with is the Tarte Let in Bloom from Tarte. Guys, I cannot do a favorites video without mentioning this eyeshadow palette. Like, it is that good. This is what the palette looks like on the inside. As you can see, it just has like this perfect combination of like everyday colors that you could possibly need. I just feel like the palette is so versatile. Like, you have colors for day looks, night looks. It's just so versatile. The tones are so beautiful. And honestly, the formula is just amazing. First, I am taking Sweetheart, which is the kind of the pinkiest eyeshadow in this palette, which is this one, and a 228 from Zoeva. I'm so sorry that the brush is dirty, but this is actually the second time that I'm filming this. The first one wasn't going so well. And I am going to blend it all over my crease. As I was saying, guys, the formula of this eyeshadow palette, and I truly believe that this is kind of valid across all Tarte eyeshadow palettes, is so good. Like, the eyeshadows are super pigmented, the colors are stunning, and I find them very unique. Like, even though they are neutral shades, they are very unique, and like, they are so easy to work with, they are so blendable, and I don't know, just the color payoff is just amazing. I feel like this is perfect for beginners because I know that people often say like, go with cheaper palettes if you are a beginner because you are still learning and all, but even though it is true, like, you are still learning, so there is no point like in investing in something very extra. I still feel like if you are a beginner, like, it's even harder to start working with makeup if the formula kind of sucks, or if the formula is not super blendable, or if the color payoff is not that good. I don't know, like, I feel like this type of palette is just perfect for beginners. But obviously, if you don't have the budget to purchase any of these eyeshadow palettes, because I know that they are a little bit more pricey, it is fine. Obviously, go in with something cheaper. And I know that there are good palettes out there that are not as expensive, like drugstore and all of that. I'm not gonna lie, like, I only tried, like, my first eyeshadow palette was very, very cheap because back then I really didn't have the budget to go in with something more expensive. It was from Maybelline, like one of the first eyeshadow palettes that they launched, and I was so excited. Like, that palette was just my baby. After that one, I always try to go with like higher end palettes. I think that the one that I bought after that one was from Too Faced. I waited a while, guys. I couldn't just splurge my whole money on a palette, but I waited, and when I bought it, like, I felt like a huge difference. Like, I didn't have to put in so much work just to blend one eyeshadow. And now every time I try to play with drugstore eyeshadow palettes, sometimes I even struggle because the eyeshadows, like, the formula is a little bit harder to work with. You have to insist a little bit more, like, build it a little bit more. I truly prefer these eyeshadow palettes, and I was always like one of those people that truly believe that you don't need to have tons of makeup, but like, every time I bought something, I know that I was buying something good. And even today, I don't even have that many makeup products. I feel like people always think that I have like way more than what I actually do, but I'm really conscious with what I buy. Like, I buy stuff that I know that I'm going to enjoy, like brands that I trust and things that are recommended to me. One brand that I'm really curious to try their eyeshadow palettes because they are known for being cheaper, but they are super high quality, are the ones from Beauty Bay. Like, I am dying to get my hands on those, but like, I cannot just splurge my money around, honestly. And since I'm not on their PR list, it might take me a while to get one. Once I have one, I promise you guys that I will bring it to my channel and I'm going to test it with you guys. Okay, so now taking a 234 from Zoeva, I'm taking this darker matte eyeshadow, which is called Rebel. And I am going to use this brush to pack it on the outer third of my lid. And then when the brush has pretty much no pigment on it, I am bringing it to, I would say, like the outer half of my crease. Just to bring a little bit more depth, a little bit more definition. I honestly love Zoeva brushes so much. And one thing that I truly appreciate about it is that they are not the most expensive on the market. I don't feel like they are very expensive, to be completely honest, especially if you buy them and look fantastic, like the set of brushes that Zoeva creates. You will probably end up buying each brush for €5 if you do the math. But yeah, like they are really good. They last very long. I am now switching to the Y16 from Morphe just to help blend this eyeshadow on the crease. Now with the 234 from Zoeva, which is very similar to this one that we were just using. This is the 232. I am taking this shimmer, which is called Funny Girl. This is a very champagne kind of shimmer. And I am going to apply it on my lid. This is a super beginner friendly makeup and it's honestly just perfect for every day. Okay guys, so now we are going to take this a little bit further. We are going to give it a little bit more of a dramatic touch. And for that, I am now taking the brush 317. This is the wing liner from Zoeva as well. And by the way, this is their new design and I'm honestly here for it. It's pretty much fully rose gold and it just looks bougie. I am taking Leather, which is this very deep matte shade. This is kind of a burgundy shade, which I truly love, and I find this shade so unique. And I am going to draw a liner with it. The thing about doing the liner with eyeshadows is that it is so much more beginner friendly in my opinion. And if it doesn't go so well, you can always smoke it out because it's eyeshadow, so it's even easier to smoke it out. And don't worry about this part because if you mess it up, you can always go in with a little bit of concealer and just clean it up. Since these eyeshadows have no fallout, it is super easy to do this kind of thing. Even though this is going very well, I'm actually considering like blending it out because I think that it's going to look a lot softer. So guys, this eyeshadow is a little bit too light for me personally, so I am still going in with another eyeshadow just to help give a little bit more dimension to the eyeliner. And taking the same brush from Zoeva, I'm taking Activist, which is this very deep cooler brown, and this time I am only applying it closer to my lashes, like I'm not taking it all the way up. This way I'll just create a little bit more depth next to the lashes. You can obviously skip this if you don't want to do it, but I personally love to do this. I do this with several eyeshadows, not only when I'm doing a smoky eyeliner with this palette, but this is kind of not a technique, but something that I find very flattering, especially when you apply lashes, because the lashes look a lot more full and a lot more like blended in with your natural lashes. I am now taking a clean brush. This is a very tiny brush and I'm using it to blend the upper part of the eyeliner. Just doing some zigzag motions. It isn't hard to blend it out at all because this is made with eyeshadows. Now taking the double take eyeliner from Tarte. This one is in the shade Black. I am taking the liquid part and I'm going to create this very fine line on the bottom part of my eyeliner just for the sake of giving it a little bit more depth. You guys know how much I love a little bit of drama on my makeup looks, so this is just the step to achieve it. And by the way guys, just one tip, if you apply this whenever you want to apply false lashes, this will make sure that the roots connect very well and you cannot really tell like the difference between the natural lashes and the false ones. I really wanted to include this on my favorites video because I honestly love this product so much. First of all, it has a liquid tip and a black pencil tip, which honestly the formula is incredible. It's super easy to work with, super easy to blend out if you want. And the liquid part, first of all, it lasts very long. Like I've used this countless times and it's still going. The pigmentation is incredible and it's so easy to work with. And I feel like eyeliner pens sometimes tend to be a little bit trickier to work with, but this one is just incredible. I am going to pack some of the darkest matte eyeshadow on top just to make sure that it's matte and that it looks super blended. Guys, if it transfers, it's not because this formula tends to transfer a lot, but because my eye, the bright one, is always tearing up, which ends up messing up my makeup. I'm now going off camera to apply some false lashes and I will be right back. Since I applied some false lashes, I didn't go with my usual favorite mascara, which is this one from Benefit. This is one of their newest launches. This is the Bad Gal Bang and it is the waterproof formula, but when I apply false lashes, I don't go in with this one because this gives a ton of volume, a ton of length, and I honestly don't feel like I need it because of the false lashes. So whenever I apply any, I go in with the Man Eater from Tarte. This is what the mascara looks like. I honestly love this formula so much to apply on top of false lashes because I feel like it's a little bit more fluid. So even though it gives a little bit of volume, it just merges the lashes together very well without kind of leaving any lumps or being too heavy for the lashes. So yeah, this is the one that I always use whenever I am going in with false lashes. Now moving on to complexion, I am going in with my favorite primer. This has been my favorite primer for years now, which is the Veil Mineral Primer from Hourglass. And no matter how many years go by, I can never say the name of this primer on the first attempt. I feel like this is the primer that makes my makeup last the longest, by far. I know that this is very pricey, but first of all, it lasts a ton of time. And I don't know, I just feel like the difference is really noticeable. You also have the Angel Veil from NYX, which is, I think that it's an attempt of a dupe of this primer. It is very good as well. I honestly love that primer as well, but if I could only have one, I would choose this one. The other one also increases the durability of my makeup like crazy, but if I really need my makeup to last a lot of hours, I am still going in with this one. For foundation, I am going in with my absolute favorite foundation ever, which is this one from NARS. This is a natural radiant longer foundation. And for reference, I use the shade Fiji. And guys, I honestly love this foundation with my whole heart. The formula is so good. It lasts very well. And I just truly love the finish. It's a little bit more radiant, more natural, which I truly enjoy. Because if you know me, I usually prefer more dewy or natural looking makeup looks. So this is just perfect. And by the way, I am using a 104 from Zoeva, which is their buffer brush to apply the foundation. This is the best foundation brush that I've ever tried. Okay, so now I am taking the Tantour from Huda Beauty. The one that I use is in the shade Light. And guys, I have been noticing a huge difference every time I don't use this product on my makeup looks, because this really takes my complexion to the next level. And I just find this formula very easy to work with. I honestly love it. The shade is perfect. This is what the shade looks like on the inside. It's just perfect. And it blends very well. It doesn't lift off my foundation or any creamy formula that I might have underneath. And I don't know, it just lasts very well on the skin. The pigmentation is right on point. It's just amazing. To apply it, I always go in with the sculpting brush from Real Techniques, and then I go in with the beauty blender to help blend out the edges. I know that this looks absolutely crazy, but I usually start by placing the product and then I kind of clean the brush a little bit, remove any excess product that I might have in it, and I use it to blend. And I always blend it upwards, but kind of in tapping motions. I barely slide the brush on my face because I don't want to lift the foundation. This is honestly why I love to apply the concealer only after the creamy bronzer, because I feel like if I go a little bit too high with the Tantour like I did today, I can just go ahead and clean it with the concealer. I am going in with the Shape Tape from Tarte, the one that I used before. It honestly feels so ironic that I'm filming a spring look today because it is so gloomy outside. It's actually raining and it's super dark. So it definitely doesn't feel like spring today. To blend it, I'm going in with the damp beauty blender once again. I honestly love the sponge to blend any creamy formulas. Even when I apply the foundation with a brush like I did today, I still go in with the beauty blender afterwards just to make sure that everything is very seamless. Can you see the coverage of this concealer? And it just looks so airbrushed on the skin. And guys, trust me, when compared to other concealers, this one does not crease. I am truly amazed by products that promise certain things and then actually accomplish them, even on combination skin like mine. Before going in with any other product, first I am going to fill in my brows, and for that I'm going to be using the Precisely My Brow Pencil. This one is from Benefit, and I have been so obsessed with this formula, you guys. This is so good. It lasts very well, does not smudge, and the formula just glides on very easily, and I don't know, just the pigmentation is just on point. This is not really my shade. This is the shade 4, which is a little bit too light for me, but I've honestly been loving to use this one because my brows are so deep and so full that if I try to fill them in with my exact shade, they just look a little bit too bulky and not natural, so I've been loving to use this one. I honestly love brow pencils more than any other brow formulas, simply for the fact that they just give you a more natural look, and I don't know, but I don't really enjoy very sharp brows. I honestly wish that you guys were here to see how good my complexion looks like in person. Now for blush, I am going to be using my favorite liquid blush formula, which is this one from Benefit. This is the Play Tint. I also really love the one from Iconic, but the shade of this one really has my heart, and I truly appreciate the fact that this one is a lot more pigmented. I feel like the one from Iconic, I have to build it up a little bit more, and this one is just kind of good on the first go. I'm going to apply it in here. Can you see how pretty the shade is? And now I'm going to apply the liquid highlighter. I have been doing these two steps together because that way, first of all, I have like a shimmery blush, and I also I don't know, I just like the finish more than when I apply them separately. The liquid highlighter that I'm going to be using is this one from Iconic. Guys, this formula does not play around. This will give you the most beautiful glass skin look. I honestly am obsessed with this formula, and I have been using it pretty much non-stop. I apply it right above it. Now I just go in with a beauty blender to blend it out. I really hope that you can see how the skin looks. I just have been loving to do this little trick, and I feel like it looks a lot more natural and a lot more diffused and just so delicate and elegant. I truly love this trick. Before moving on to powders, I am first going to spray my face, and I have been using this product non-stop. This is the NYX setting spray. I am clearly going for a more dewy and natural effect, but to be completely honest, if I use a lot of dewy products, since I have combination skin, my skin might be a little bit too greasy after a while, so I kind of stick to this setting spray, and then I go in with luminous products. Now that the setting spray has dried, I am going back in with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. And I have been loving to use this trick in which I use these two shades of the powder. This one is the translucent one, and this one is in the shade Honey. And basically, I use this one to set most of my complexion, and then this one to set the areas in which I apply the creamy bronzer. And I feel like it truly gives a very nice and airbrushed effect. And the thing about using this one in the shade Honey is that it doesn't kind of fade away the bronzer. It kind of makes the color really stay, because this one kind of contributes to that slightly darker color. As you can see, I use the translucent in this type of areas of my face. Now with the same brush, I apply the darker powder on top of the creamy bronzer. I almost forgot, but to finish off my brows, I'm going to apply this brow gel. This is from Zoeva, and it's the Remarkable Clear Brow Gel. I honestly been loving this formula. It really holds my brows in place, and it lasts all day. Since this still needs a little bit more time to bake, we are going to move on to lips. And first, I'm going to line my lips using this NYX pencil. This is the matte lip liner in the shade Cold Brew. I know that I have used this countless times on my Instagram, on my YouTube channel, even on my TikTok. But I really like this formula, and I also really love the formula from MAC Cosmetics. But this time I wanted something a little bit darker to line my lips, and I still don't have a deeper brown shade on the MAC one. Okay, so I went off camera, I removed the excess powder, I did my lower lash line. I basically use the same eyeshadows except for the shimmer. I use the same mascara, nothing special. And then I went in with some highlighter on my brow bone and on my inner corner, because on those tiny spots I didn't apply the Iconic one. And the one that I went in with is this one from Catrice. This is the More Than Glow, and the shade that I have is the 010. Guys, this is very metallic, very intense. As you can see, it's very blinding. It's not really for a more natural look, but I really love using this on my inner corner because it really brightens my eyes up. And yeah, this is very cheap. I think it cost me €4. I'm not sure, but this is very, very cheap compared to higher end highlighters, which can cost €40 and even more. And it really performs very well. You can obviously control how much highlighter you apply so that it's not too blinding, but this is very intense, and they actually claim it. This is for a very intense metallic look, so they are not lying. Now moving on to lipstick. Guys, please don't mind me always using the same one. I am still going in with the Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX in the shade London. I found this impossible until now, but I am actually finishing one lipstick. I never did that before. This is how much I love this formula, and this color is incredible. I'm going to apply it like this because I feel like this really helps blending the lipstick with the pencil, but I'm trying not to bring it until like the edge of my lip because I want to keep that extra depth in there. I'm not gonna lie, I truly missed this lip combo. I haven't done it in a hot minute and I truly missed it because this is honestly one of my favorite lip combos ever. I'm going to apply one more round of setting spray. The one that I'm going to be using is this one from NYX. This is the one with matte finish, the one that I was using previously. To finish off my lips, I am now going in with some lip gloss, and this one you guys already know, and you guys already know how much I love it, which is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline, and the one that I'm using is the 009, which is the one in the shade Topaz. I'm just going to tap it on my lips so that I don't lift the lipstick. So yeah guys, this is the final look. As you can see, it looks super juicy, super glossy, super dewy. I feel like this is kind of the perfect look for spring/summer, even though during summer I tend to go for a little bit less coverage, like tinted moisturizer level of coverage. But anyways, I truly love the way that my complexion is looking and how elegant and just glowy my eye makeup looks. But I also want to know what you guys think about this makeup look, so don't forget to leave me your feedback down below in the comment section. And before you leave this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video. And I'm going to leave another video right here for you guys to keep on looking at my face.